stop telling me what I can do, what I can say, what I can think, who my heroes are supposed to be. Just, just get off of me.
You ever notice how the people screaming the loudest about living their truth suddenly panic when someone points out that truth doesn't actually bend to feelings? Yeah, that just happened in the most delicious way. Bill Maher sat down with Drew Barrymore on his podcast Club Random. And what started out as Drew trying to pay him a compliment quickly turned into a masterclass on how flimsy woke talking points collapse under actual logic. Now, here's the thing. Drew Barrymore isn't a bad person. She's not out there plotting some woke revolution in her spare time. But like so many celebrities who spend a little too much time in Hollywood bubbles, she's absorbed this idea that your truth is somehow just as real and just as valid as the truth.
You're a very discerning man. When it comes to a lot of things, you are.
It's a charitable word for it, but I appreciate it. Yes, I think I am. I mean,
I've watched you for decades go out there and speak your truth.
Yeah.
I don't think there is anything that exists of the truth. It's your truth.
You probably heard it, too. Maybe at work, maybe in school, maybe scrolling TikTok. Someone says something crazy. You counter with facts, and they retreat into, well, that's your truth. Let me live mine. Sounds harmless, right? Almost poetic. But when you actually break it down, it's just lazy thinking dressed up in fancy words. And Bill Maher, love him or hate him, wasn't about to let Drew slide on that. The moment she said, "You've been speaking your truth for decades," Emma stopped her in her tracks. He looked her dead in the eye and said, "There's no your truth. There's just the truth." Boom. One sentence. Checkmate.
There is also in life the truth. We may not always be able to discern it, but there is the truth.
Could see Drew freeze. Her smile faltered, her words stumbled, and suddenly she was that kid in class who realizes they didn't do the reading, but still tried to bluff their way through the discussion. Painful. And here's why that exchange hit so hard. We're living in a world where feelings are being put on the same pedestal as facts. Think about that. Gravity doesn't care how you feel. If you trip on the sidewalk, you're going down, whether or not it hurts your feelings. The truth isn't negotiable, but the woke mob wants you to believe otherwise. They want to tell you that biology, history, math, even basic common sense can all be rewritten if it doesn't align with their feelings in the moment. And feelings change. One day you hate pineapple on pizza, the next day you love it. One year you're obsessed with Harry Styles. The next year you're pretending you never listened to him.
But it's very hard to be the one on either side to ever proclaim you know what it is. That is a dangerous thing to do. We always need to hear, because we don't know. We're not God.
No.
Right.
No.
But it does exist, the truth. Not everything is just your truth. I mean, your truth has become sort of like code word for just whatever I feel like believing. Well, that's not really the same thing as your truth. You feel this way.
Yeah.
Feeling is not enough for me.
Feelings are temporary. But the woke crowd is out here making permanent, life-altering decisions like encouraging children who haven't even figured out their favorite color to make irreversible choices about their bodies, all based on feelings. It's insane. An MR with one sharp line cut straight through the nonsense. Feelings are not facts. Now, of course, the internet exploded. The woke mob absolutely lost it. How dare Bill Maher reject Drew Barrymore's heartfelt attempt at validation? But that's exactly the problem. When truth collides with woke ideology, the result isn't just discomfort, it's meltdown. Because deep down, they know their arguments don't hold up outside of their echo chambers. They know that the second someone with backbone and logic pushes back, the whole thing crumbles like a house of cards in a hurricane. And Drew, she tried to backpedal. She rambled about how truth is dangerous, how you can't really ever claim to know it, how it's taboo. Classic move.
It is such a taboo subject, the truth.
It is. Oh, and it gets you hated.
Oh, as soon as I said it, I was like, the truth, that there is no truth. I'm like, that doesn't work. You can't say things like that.
Instead of just admitting she was wrong, she wrapped herself in vagueness. But Ma wasn't having it. He doubled down, calmly but firmly pointing out that your truth is just code for whatever I feel like believing. And honestly, he's right. Think about how dangerous that mentality is when it runs unchecked.
But it's just so refreshing. Like, you were doing this before it was so dangerous.
Still dangerous.
And it is just way too dangerous now.
Yeah.
But you're still doing it.
It's slightly less dangerous than it was 2 years ago because we did have a vibe change. And because the Democrats lost so badly in 2024.
If truth becomes whatever anyone wants it to be, what's left to hold society together? If my truth is that taxes don't apply to me, do I just stop paying them? If your truth is that stop signs are optional, do traffic laws disappear? Of course not. We all live by shared truths, facts that don't bend because someone pouts about it. Without that foundation, you don't have freedom. You have chaos. And speaking of freedom, Emma didn't stop there. He went on this mini rant that honestly I wanted to stand up and applaud. He said, "Stop telling me what I can do, what I can say, what I can think, who my heroes are supposed to be. Just get the fusies off."
The blush is off the rose on left-wing censorship and, oh my God, you can't say that. Stop telling me what I can do, what I can say, what I can think, who my heroes are supposed to be. Just get off.
Tell me that doesn't perfectly capture the mood of millions of Americans right now. People are tired. Tired of walking on eggshells. Tired of second-guessing every tweet, every joke, every dinner conversation because the woke police might be listening. It's like we've all been dining at rooftop restaurants. 99 times out of 100, it's safe. But that tiny chance of falling off the roof keeps you on edge. That's how cancel culture made everyone feel. Like one slip, one wrong phrase, one joke taken out of context, and boom, your life's over. Jobs lost, reputations torched, friends gone. Not because you committed a crime, not because you hurt anyone, but because you offended the self-appointed morality police.
That is a lot of just what viscerally is going on with me when I have issues with the left. Just get from me. First of all, I don't believe you. You're not better. You're a lot of posers. Not all of you, but just get the fuck off of me.
Well, that's what I like is you call people out from all different areas, and I don't even know how to address parties anymore.
And let's be real, the hypocrisy is staggering. Behind closed doors, the same people clutching their pearls are making the same jokes, laughing at the same things, saying the same unfiltered thoughts as everyone else. But say it in public. Say it without the approved woke framing. Suddenly you're the villain. That's not morality. That's control. Cancel culture was never about making the world kinder. It was about silencing people the mob didn't like.
If you are ballsy enough to do those things, what is it that scares you or that you care about?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Cut. I was so riveted by the framing there. I was like, wow, who are we talking to? What was the question? What am I?
If you're ballsy enough to be brave enough to say your truths or speak to what you believe is the truth, what scares you and what do you care about?
Oh, what scares me is a little bit me that, at any moment you can say something that really in private conversation wouldn't upset anybody.
Yes.
But the snitches and will be able to use it to end you, which they did once on Politically Incorrect.
But here's the good news, and Maher pointed this out too. Those days are fading. Cancel culture doesn't have the firepower it used to. Thanks to independent media, alternative platforms, and yes, even Trump shaking things up, people aren't as scared anymore. The woke mob still tries, sure, but the backlash is bigger now. People are pushing back. Free speech is clawing its way back into the spotlight. And MR is one of the few mainstream voices reminding everyone why it matters. Say what you will about him. He's not perfect, and he'll torch Republicans just as easily as Democrats. But that consistency is rare. He's not playing for Team Red or Team Blue. He's calling out hypocrisy wherever he sees it. Compare that to mainstream media where the rules are predictable. Hammer the right nonstop. Give the left a free pass. People see through it. They're sick of it. And that's why even though the woke mob hates him, people still tune into Bill Maher. And honestly, Drew Barrymore's meltdown made this moment even sweeter. Watching her unravel in real time was like watching the mask slip. She wanted to believe in your truth. She wanted that safe little phrase to hold up. But the second it was challenged, it fell apart because deep down even she knew there's no your truth or my truth. There's just truth. And truth doesn't care if it hurts your feelings.
I've been ended a few times, and I understand that it is real and it can happen.
Right. So, like I always say, whenever I leave the house, not even to just do the show, just leave the house, I'm having dinner at a restaurant, but one of those rooftop restaurants. Because is it really dangerous? Not very, but you could fall off the roof.
Right.
Like when you eat at a normal restaurant, there's no danger of you falling off the roof. When you eat at a rooftop restaurant, there's very little, but it is possible you could fall off the roof.